Hi everyone, Kaary here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing great today. So today I have this video that I mentioned yesterday in my speed build, and it's actually something that I've never tried to do before and that hopefully I will never try to do again because it was just so much for me. But today we're renovating, or actually rebuilding, VLAD'S castle. So if you don't know who Vlad is, he's actually a townie that came with the Vampires game pack, and it's maybe one of the most hated townies for the other townies, or the other sims in the game, because he has this kind of quirk or something that just hisses at people all the time, and that just creates a negative moodlet and a negative relationship with him. But yeah, it's not my favorite townie either, but I don't care that much about him. But of course he's an iconic part of the game, so I had to keep it in my save file. I really wanted to try and do something interesting for him because his original mention is kind of weird. It's not so pretty in my opinion. It's not that bad either, but it's just not so pretty. And this build is for my save file, and I wanted it to look more like a castle. So this should be like a tiny castle or something like that, but it's massive for me because this is the style that I don't usually try because it's so much. You need so much detail, you need to know so much about the decorations and everything, and it's not my favorite style, or not something that I would try to do very often, because I think you need a different kind of simmer to build a castle. But yeah, I just wanted to have something that was kind of similar to one, just for the sake of the save file and just to have something nice for Vlad, because he's not my favorite townie. I have to admit it, he's not my favorite one, but I did really want to keep him in the save file because he's an iconic one, and I wanted to keep him in here, so I wanted him to have a nice home for him to live in. And I did have some issues when I was building this. First of all, you can see that we're having a lot of rounded walls in here because we're building a castle. I wanted to have rounded walls, of course. I know that they're glitchy, and they were really glitchy when I was doing the ceiling paintings, for example. There are some parts that are just plain with the default color because I couldn't make them work with the rounded walls. Hopefully the Sims team is gonna fix that. It would be great because when you see like the screenshots, I tried to cover everything from the ceiling in the rounded parts because they were white. So yeah, it doesn't work too much with the aesthetic of the build, but still I wanted to have rounded walls because it looks good from the exterior. And also I always try to use rounded walls every time that I have the chance, so yeah, hopefully they're gonna be less glitchy in the future. But yeah, so that was the first glitch that I encountered, and the other one is with the roofs. Still in the rounded parts, I used the same roof you saw me copying and pasting it, and for some reason in some parts it looked really weird, and all the rounded parts are the exact same size, so it shouldn't have been a problem, but for some reason it was, and they looked really weird. So I don't know what was going on in there, but yeah, I tried to manage it the best way that I could. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun. Actually, it took me like 4 or 5 hours to have this build ready, and 4 or 5 hours is a lot to me because the average time that it takes me to build a house or something like that is like 2 hours. So having 5 hours of footage in here is a lot for me, so I cut out a lot from the video, and you will see now that I'm trying to make this round piece work, but it didn't work the way that I wanted to. So it stays like that, but yeah, the trim and stuff, it makes it look better. But yeah, I wanted to show you pretty much everything that I did with the structure because, as I said, it's my first time actually building a castle, and hopefully it's gonna be the last time. So don't expect me to build more castles, please, because I just don't know how to do that. I don't know how I did this one. I saw some pictures on Pinterest, but I didn't take any specific reference from them. I just started building something, and it ended up looking really nice, but it's so big in the interior, and I know castles and stuff like that tend to be really big in the interior. So I ended up having 4 bedrooms in here and 5 bathrooms because I was thinking that maybe this castle was built when Vlad was still a human sim and not a vampire. So I actually wanted to have like space for staff members, like for people that lived in the house. So maybe he had servants or something like that, and they had their own bedroom, their own kitchen, their own space. So all of those parts, I actually decorated them off camera, because it was very repetitive, but you will see it when we get to the interior. You will still see how it ends up looking. So I was thinking that maybe Vlad right now doesn't have any people living with him, so he doesn't need a kitchen. So you will see when we get to the kitchen that it's a massive kitchen, but it's full with cobwebs and stuff like that, and cracks on the wall, and it's not so decorated because he doesn't need food right now because he's a vampire and he likes to feed from people. So yeah, he doesn't need it. And also there's as I said, a bedroom for maybe the servants or someone that used to live in the house and they don't do that anymore. They have their own bathroom as well, and their own kitchen, dining, living space, to call it somehow. And all of that in my save file, like if you play with the save file, that those bedrooms are gonna be locked, so no one can get inside them. So I was thinking that maybe Vlad didn't take care of those parts of the castle because no one lived in there, but he still has two guest bedrooms. And also something that I forgot to mention is that I'm gonna be setting this as a haunted home. So this castle is gonna be like a haunted castle, and maybe it's gonna be harder for him to have people coming over because of his quirk of hissing at people, and also because this house is actually haunted, and I really wanted to embrace that. So yeah, he's gonna have two guest bedrooms, as I mentioned, and both of them, one of them I decorated them off camera, and the other one you will see it in the video, so stay tuned for that. He has a lot of empty space, and when I say empty space, I mean like hallways, but everything I tried to furnish it somehow so it doesn't look so empty, and everything has a purpose in here. So there's gonna be like 5 fireplaces in here. It's insane how many fireplaces I added in here. I know I added one in the living room, I added another one in the dining space, one in his bedroom, and I don't know where else, maybe in the hallways I added more, but there are like 4 or 5 fireplaces in here. It's insane. But you can see now how it ends up looking at the very end. So we're still in the process of doing all the exterior in this build. I wanted to add the gargoyles. I had it in mind. I really wanted to keep them, and for some reason I completely forgot to add more gargoyles in the exterior of this build. So yeah, even though it's a haunted house, it doesn't have that so much of a haunted look or something like that. I don't know. I struggled a little bit trying to add this debug item from vampires as well, but I wanted to have something in here, and because I used the half walls, I couldn't add any fences or stuff like that on top of them, so that's why I used this debug item from vampires. It ends up looking really nice. I really liked it, but you will see that in the exterior, that's the only gargoyle that you will see. But we're in the interior now. You can see everything is really dark. I really wanted to embrace the red that was originally added in here in this build, but it was just so much. I think it actually was a little bit too, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, it was just so much. I really tried to add red in here, but I couldn't make it work. So the house itself is really dark, and right now I'm using the tiny sorcerer's light that actually brights up the space quite a lot, but you will see that throughout the video I'm gonna be deleting that and adding different other kinds of light in here, so it ends up looking really dark in the interior, but I really like it. And the decision behind keeping the sorcerer's lights at the very end, at the very beginning, was basically because I really like to see what I'm doing and what I'm decorating, and when you have darker wood floors and really dark, almost black wallpaper, you cannot see that much, right? So yeah, you will see, as I mentioned, that there are a lot of spaces for your Sims if you want to move in with Vlad or just use it for your own gameplay or whatever. You will have a lot of space for your Sims to move around and do different stuff. And yeah, I just wanted to have a lot of bookcases because I thought Vlad is an older vampire, so maybe he's not into technology. I actually didn't add any TVs, any computers in here. The only like entertainment that's gonna be in this house is actually the record player from the Get Famous expansion pack that's gonna be in the dining space. The bar in here, maybe if you can call that entertaining, I don't know. And I think there's gonna be another record player in his bedroom, but there's nothing else in here that I would just I don't know, level up your fun or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted it to still have his like this vibe that it was an older kind of castle, and that technology hasn't come to this place yet. But I didn't want it to be like off the grid or anything like that, because it was already too much having the haunted house residential situation in here. So I didn't want also to add the of the grid, because that would have limited a lot of the items that I wanted to use. But you will see that throughout the inside of the build, I also added some of the gargoyles still. So I didn't forget about them, I just forgot to put them outside. But yeah, we're in the dining space. I really like this curved nook that we have in here. I thought it was so nice for a really big dining area. I do have to admit though that when I built this castle, in the exterior it doesn't look as big as the interior. And every time that I build stuff like this that is really big, I completely forget that the interior is gonna be massive as well, because I still have to work on my proportions in the game. So sometimes I just didn't know how to fill in with everything. And I know that sometimes castles and builds, like older builds like this one, are not full of furniture, but I just wouldn't leave like an empty corner in here, for example. So I decided to add a seating area in here. I added a fireplace, and originally you can see a little bit of the kitchen for the servants and stuff. Originally, the door to the kitchen was going to be in this area that I'm raising up the platform now. And the idea was that they had a little hallway or something for the servants to get inside of the kitchen, like in the main kitchen. So they would have to go through 2 doors to get to the kitchen. But when I wanted to add the fireplace in here, it was like the best place that I could place it. So I decided to get rid of that and just have them move around the dining space properly. And yeah, that's why I moved the door and I raised the platform in there, so you won't see that much when you play with the hub walls and stuff. And I just added a lot of paintings and stuff, but this is kind of the first time that I struggle so much with the paintings and the portraits and stuff in the game when I have access to all the packs. I always complain when I do only base game builds, for example, that the decor pieces that we get for the walls, like paintings and stuff like that, we don't have that many, and I still think that we need more, but it has never happened to me when I have access to all my packs. And right now, when I built this, the thing that I struggled the most with was actually finding the right paintings and the right portraits to use in here, because it's kind of a Victorian whatever kind of castle. I don't know the style. I honestly, guys, don't know the style of this castle, but I wanted to go for something castle like whatever. But the paintings that we have in game, even though I have access to all the packs, because I do own all the packs, it was just so difficult. And I'm pretty sure I had to repeat some of the paintings in different swatches, and that's something that I try not to do also with plants, because I think it's not realistic that you have like the same painting in your house but just in a different color, or maybe do you have the same plant or whatever. I don't think that's something realistic. I haven't seen that anywhere before, so I always try to avoid that. But in this build, it was so hard. I had a lot of walls that I had to cover with paintings and stuff, because I didn't have that many windows, because it's a vampire. Of course, I had to cover all the windows with different curtains and stuff, but it wasn't that much. I mean, I needed more walls to, like, paintings to cover the wall. So you see now that, for example, I'm struggling in here in the kitchen area. So I added these paintings from the paranormal stuff pack that I do really like. Remember that these ones actually have gameplay on them. So if you look at the paintings or if you interact with the paintings, you can actually have the ghost, like Gaidri, I think is the name of that ghost, so you can summon him. So those paintings have gameplay on them. I didn't think of a specific situation or lore or whatever that why the paintings are in there, but I did have a lot of struggle with that. I struggled a lot. So the kitchen looks really ran down, really messy, really unclean, because no one uses them. No one lives here besides Vlad, and he doesn't need any food. So I added some stuff in here just not to have like an empty kitchen, but nothing that Vlad would actually really need. So yeah, you can see a little bit of the servants area as well. It's everything pretty much the same. This is the guest bedroom that it's on the second floor, and it's exactly, I mean, it's not exactly the same one as the other one. You saw a little bit of the pink one. You will see it on the screenshots though. I took pictures of the rooms as well. I took screenshots. I'm sorry. But yeah, both of these bedrooms have ensuite bathrooms, and both of them are fully decorated already. So I just gonna show you the bathroom for Vlad. I know that he doesn't need a bathroom either, but this is an older castle. It was built when he was still a human, so he has a bathroom as well. And I just had a lot of fun. I have to admit it. I had a lot of fun trying to play with the lighting, basically. Sorry if you can hear Theo. She wants to go outside, but it's really cold today, so she's not going outside. And when I mean outside, I live in an apartment, so she goes to the balcony and, I don't know, does cat things. But yeah, I added another painting in here. I don't know what this one does, but that's from the same paranormal stuff pack. But yeah, as I said, as I was mentioning, I had a lot of fun playing with the lighting in here. I always try to build things that are really bright, that you can see all the colors, that you can see all the textures and stuff. But in this castle, I had a lot of fun playing with the light and playing with the boundaries between having something bright and something really dark, or just the right amount of lighting here. I really had fun with that, I have to admit it. And also trying to keep to the aesthetic of the build and not having something too modern inside. I really liked it as well. So this is kind of a library situation in here. I wanted it to be a little bit bigger, but as I said, I had a lot of space in the hallways and stuff, and there are more bookcases in there, so I didn't think that Vlad would need like a proper really big library situation. So yeah, he has a chair in there. I added the chess table as well. Maybe he practices chess or whatever. He likes to play chess. He has a desk as well. I don't know what he do with that because I didn't add a computer or anything. I wish your Sims could just write, like handwrite books and stuff like that. So maybe it would be a nice place for him to write books, or I don't know, notes or whatever. But we don't have that in the game, but it would be really cool if we did, so we can have more accurate builds when we play with different times and when we play with different styles and things like that. This is actually Vlad's bedroom. So I added the coffin, of course, and there are no windows in this bedroom. And here I struggled a little bit more with the lighting because it's such a big square, like a rectangle. The light didn't look good. I really wanted to use these lights that came with the Horse Ranch expansion pack. I wanted to use this one that came with the My Wedding Stories game pack. It was just a struggle, so I think I cut out a little bit of that, me deciding what light what's gonna be in here. But yeah, Vlad ends up having the coffin in there. He ends up having a fireplace with seating area for him, maybe to read books or whatever. I also added in here some plasma boxes or plasma bags, I think, and the plasma juice that we got with, I think it was with Eco Lifestyle. There's a bottle of plasma, liquid plasma or whatever. But yeah, I ended up changing the lights for those red ones from Paranormal, I think, as well. And yeah, I didn't want to add that many plants because it's Vlad. I don't know if it would take care of the plants, so I added the ones that looked really fake or maybe not, so that didn't need that much care. And I wanted to add the heart-shaped bed that we got with the basement treasures kit, because I was thinking that maybe that was a bed that he had when he was still a human, and he just assembled it, and he decided to keep it in there, but he sleeps in the coffin now. I don't know. Of course, I don't think Vlad was gonna be using like a heart-shaped bed per se, but the idea that the bed was not like what's the word, assembled, I thought it was a cool idea to have it in there. So yeah, you can keep it if you want, you can get rid of it if you prefer that, if you want to cover that space with something else. But this is the ensuite bathroom. He has a shower tub combo, he has that toilet that I used throughout the whole build, so all the bathrooms actually have the same appliances. Actually, I just changed the position and the decorations surrounding it. But yeah, you can see I'm playing with the lights again in here. I really liked it. Maybe I'm gonna be doing more stuff like this. But yeah, I just kind of embraced Halloween vibes in here and just wanted to go crazy with everything. And here, of course, he has the organ, like the pipe organ. I don't know the name of that that kind of piano, whatever. But he has it in there because he likes to play it. So yeah, I just decided to keep it in there. There's gonna be another fireplace here when I'm adding those bookcases. I'm gonna be moving them, and I'm gonna be adding a fireplace here as well. So I was thinking that maybe he lives in here most of the time and he plays the organ and he just likes to have some time for himself. So all this whole third floor is actually all for Vlad and for him to do whatever he wants. I mean, the castle itself is everything for him because he lives by himself. But yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't mentioned that much about anything from besides the video. So what are you guys doing for Halloween? Do you celebrate Halloween? We actually had a Halloween party. I mentioned it yesterday, and today kids are gonna be coming asking for candy and stuff, and I really like that. I have a lot of fun during Halloween. I really like it. My apartment is all like decorated for Halloween. I really like to buy decorations and stuff like that. Every year I try to buy something different to have more decorations for Halloween. It's just like Christmas, but I like spooky season. So yeah, what are you guys doing for Halloween? If you watched the video right like up to this part, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So if you could tell me in the comment section, what are you doing for Halloween, or if you celebrate it, what your thoughts are about this. I would really like to see that. I really like to have interaction with you guys, and I just have a lot of fun seeing what people think about what I do. So yeah, we're in the exterior now, finally. It took me forever to get to the exterior, and you see me adding plants and adding stuff, and then you're gonna see me moving everything around because when I started building this, I wanted this to feel like it was on a cliff or having rocks surrounded it, and I completely forgot when I was doing this part. So you will see me moving all the plants and adding some rocks from the Vampires game pack as well, and it's from the debug menu. So you can unlock them from the debug menu, but you will see me now moving everything around because I completely forgot about the rocks. And of course I'm not gonna be showing you everything because I surrounded the whole castle with rocks, so you won't see that, but you will have it on the screenshots, of course. And yeah, I can't believe that we're almost done with the speed build. It's insane. I can't believe I talked over 25 minutes almost. So I really hope you guys like this video. I'm gonna be wrapping the voiceover now, so thank you so much if you stayed to the very end of the video. If you liked it, please like the video here, comment, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Enjoy the screenshots. Goodbye!